everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is siwadi. You can find me on my socials at siwadiiii. In today's video, I'll be showcasing how I create my sims and sharing a few resources. Jumping right into the first segment of this video, let's go over my must-have cast related mods. Starting with my cast background, this is an animated background called Falling Leaves by simsiboy. I absolutely love this background. I've had it for a while now. I feel like it just kind of embodies the vibe that I'm going for, and it just makes the cast experience so much more cozy. This creator does have a couple other animated background options, so I would definitely check them out on Patreon. Next is the Stand Still in Cast by MizoreYukii, and as the name implies, this mod just prevents your sim from moving around or fidgeting during the creating process. There are several versions of this mod from different creators, but for cohesiveness, I do recommend sticking to one creator if that creator has multiple cast related mods, just to avoid any clashing or incompatibility. However, I do use the controlled position mod with the hands close-up position add-on by Northern Siberian Winds, and they work pretty well together. So to go over those quickly, again, pretty straightforward. The controlled position mod is basically to keep the camera from jumping around on your sim. So let's use tattoos for an example. Let's go to her arm. So let's just place this one. So instead of the camera jumping to where this is, it just keeps the camera still so that you have a lot more control over the camera. And the hands close-up position add-on is just a new pose for when you're customizing your sim's nails. So instead of zooming in with their hands down to their sides, it just brings them up to their face. And I just think it looks a little nicer. And I also like that when you're adding rings, you can just kind of like see everything together. This next mod is one I absolutely need in my game to function, and that is the More Cast Columns by weerbesu. With the amount of cast CC that I have, I think it's just absolutely necessary so that I'm not spending most of my time just scrolling through items. As you can see, I went with the 5 column option, but I believe you can choose between 3 to 6. So whatever just fits your monitor screen best or your personal preference. So that covers all of the functionality type mods that I have for cast. So it's not much. I try to keep my mods to a minimum, but I feel like this combination of mods is perfect for me. Moving on to actually creating my sims. If I have a storyline planned out, I'll already have an outline or character description written for the sim. So to go over that quickly, here is an example. This description is for the sim that we will be creating today. I already have an idea of what I want her to look like or who she's physically inspired by, along with her traits, aspiration, and her background. I find that going into depth with my sims that I want to build a storyline with just makes them feel a little bit more realistic, which is my gameplay style. I do want to mention though that I don't do this for all of my sims. That would just be too much. But again, I just plan on sharing more of this household on my channel in the future, so I really wanted to flesh them out. Back to cast, as you can see, I've already created the rest of this household. These sims will be residing in my women's group home build from my previous video. Now let's get to the final portion of this video, which is actually creating a sim. And for this portion of the video, I am going to switch over to voiceover so that I can just lock in and focus on creating her. But don't worry, I will be talking to you guys throughout it and just sharing a little bit more about the sim and who she is. Alright you guys, let's get into the sim that we will be creating today. This is Raven Moore. She is a young adult sim. Her aspiration is computer whiz. Her traits are perfectionist, loner, and bookworm. A little bit more about Raven. She grew up carrying more weight than any teenager should. As the eldest in a shaky household, Raven spent years shielding her little sister Riley from their mother's revolving door of unstable, sometimes dangerous partners. After high school, the pressure became unbearable, and a counselor urged her to seek safety at the women's group home, which is where she discovered Maison de Fleur, which is a women's group home based in Willow Creek. Leaving her younger sister behind was the hardest choice she's ever made, but she's determined it won't be permanent. Now in her early adulthood, Raven takes online college classes and works part-time, focused on building a stable future. Every step forward is for both her and her sister. She's ambitious, resilient, and driven by one goal: to create a life where they can finally be safe and together. So yeah, that is the background that I have written for Raven. I absolutely love her story, and I'm really looking forward to playing with her and seeing the character development and the challenges, and really just working towards getting her to a point where she can leave the group home and be with her younger sister. As I mentioned earlier, I do plan on sharing more of this household on my channel in the future, so I really hope you guys stick around to see that, because I think it'll be fun to just really get into the nitty-gritty of this household. But as for Raven herself, I found the physical inspiration for her through Pinterest. That's usually where I find my character inspo. I have a Pinterest board based on it. Otherwise, I'll usually take inspiration from media such as books that I'm currently reading or shows that I'm currently watching, or sometimes even public figures. But yeah, for the most part, I like to grab inspo from pop culture basically, and then just kind of put my own personal spin or twist on it. But when I saw the photo of the girl on Pinterest that Raven is inspired by, it just hit me immediately. Her name and everything came to me when I saw her. So that is where her inspiration comes from. As you can see, I go back and forth a ton on picking her hair, and I was having a hard time figuring out how I wanted to style her, because I was trying to consider the fact that Raven doesn't necessarily come from much. I mean, she is in a group home, so I wanted it to be a little bit more realistic on how she would look and how she would dress. I mean, she has a few pieces just throughout time, you know, she's been wearing some of the same clothes since high school, but I just wanted to make sure that it felt realistic, you know. I mean, she's not going to be walking around in the latest Syntate collection. So yeah, that is basically how my creative process goes when it comes to creating a sim. I really hope you've found this helpful when it comes to gathering inspo for your own sim characters and writing out your own storylines. I'm going to wrap this voiceover up here because we are almost done with Raven, but I will be back to talk to you guys in the outro. Alright you guys, we've reached the end of today's video. You may have noticed that I didn't get into the specifics of the CC that I use. To be completely honest, I am not very where can I find friendly. It's just a lot to keep up with. However, I will be creating an organized list of my favorite CC creators to share on my Tumblr page for you guys to use. That is all I have for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I will leave the info for the cast mod shared in this video down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.